Hello and welcome to Military Mayday. We're pointing out a few pieces on the chessboard. Got a little something different we're going to do today. We're going to do a report on Top Gun 3, which is reportedly in the works. We're also going to recap Top Gun 2. We'll get into these articles and do the recap here in a minute. One thing I want to say is if you end up liking this little report and recap on these war movies, let me know, because it's something I've been wanting to do, is some war movie recaps of old black and whites and things like that. Well, if that's interesting to you, like I said, let me know. Second, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Other people may want to hear this stuff. Let's do the recap first here. On Top Gun 2, it's basically Cruise is flying a experimental plane at Mach 10. He crashes it. He almost gets kicked out of the military. He gets a second chance from the Iceman. If you remember, it's Val Kilmer's character in the first one. So from there, he has to basically train these new recruits who are young and all this stuff on a special mission. In between those times, there's a bunch of nostalgia and recollection. There's also Goose's son, who he doesn't like Maverick because he thinks he murdered his dad, blah blah blah, this and that. They end up having to work all that through. They go on the training on the mission, and Tom Cruise ends up crashing his plane, and so does Goose's son. And then they find an old F-14 and they fly it out of there, and they outrun two 5th gen fighter jets and take them down and all this stuff. It's kind of one of those movies. I would give it a 5 or a 6 maybe if I was rating it. It's just not like the first one, where you could. Well, I was a boy in the 80s, and I mean I could watch that movie 2-3 times a week. You know, it was one of those types of movies. It was just that way. This one is something I wouldn't want to watch again for quite a while. It just wasn't that good. It had some good effects, and as you can see, you know, it's got the not badass jets in it. It really does have some cool stuff like that, but other than that, it just wasn't that good of a movie. It was supposed to be like some kind of Americana first and diversity free. Well, it had a lot of diversity in it, and if it's Americana, all they were doing was showing F-18s and an F-14. That's it. And all the bad boys were other countries. So that's kind of my thoughts on it. Is that it just really was a one-time watcher. And this is what's confusing. What are they going to do with the third one? Are they going to go back to Top Gun again? Is Tom Cruise going to train another mission? Is there going to be more stuff? Is he going to outrun 6th gen fighter jets this time with an F-14? I mean, what are they going to possibly do? That's kind of the thing. I don't know what they're going to do, because they pretty much, there's not much they can do unless he just becomes a general and he's does more of a cameo than anything, and then it's a whole new breed. Don't know, but I'm afraid it's probably not going to do all that good. Here we'll get in the article, though. A new Top Gun movie is reportedly on the horizon, and this time around, Paramount Pictures isn't making us wait 36 years for it. Still riding high from the success of Top Gun Maverick, Paramount is reportedly working on a third installment of the wildly popular franchise, with leading man Tom Cruise, Miles Teller, and Glen Powell, and Maverick, directed by Joseph Kosinski, all said to be potentially returning for another sortie. News of the new Top Gun movie comes apart. Reported Puck, a digital movie startup media that made a splash in 2021 with incredible reporting America's Center for Washington, D.C. Cruise has spent the last few years trying to make a movie with scenes shot aboard the International Space Station. It would have been the first film shot in space, but Russian filmmakers beat him to the punch. He recently signed a deal to create movie franchises for Paramount competitor Warner Brothers, but the deal left him free to continue working elsewhere. He's currently working on another Paramount franchise film, Mission Impossible: The Dead Reckoning Part 2, and was also the star of Paramount's Jack Reacher movie series. Top Gun: Maverick was a critical and commercial success for both Cruise and Paramount Pictures, becoming the actor's highest-grossing film of all time and the studio's second highest-grossing film ever, eclipsed by '97 Titanic. Also earned a nomination for Best Picture, but lost to Everything, Everywhere, All at Once at the 95th Academy Awards. The film was also nominated for Best Sound. It won Best Adapted Screenplay, Original Edit, blah, blah, blah. The U.S. military would probably be the happiest to hear the news of Top Gun movie, although it claims the original Top Gun film of '86 boosted Navy recruits by 500%. That's turned out to be bogus. The Sea Service still saw a significant boost in interest following the movie release, with new enlistments rising 8% that year. The U.S. military currently in the throes of a recruiting crisis in the recent years. An 8% boost in new recruits is something the Navy and other branches could only dream of. Keep up with the best of military entertainment. This is military.com. This is written by Blake Stillwell. And basically, not much on it. Don't know what it's going to be, but I got a feeling it's probably not going to be that good. Again, compared to the very first one, sometimes the third one, is just as good or better, but just what are they going to do? I mean, it's already been done twice. Anyway, like, subscribe, toodaloo.